listen mine.
CompareTheMeerkat.com.
Don't even sound same. CompareTheMeerkat.com, CompareTheMarket.com. Simples.
This is Anna. To make sure she doesn't start smoking, she uses a rather unique tip. Nice try, Anna, but for advice that really works, visit help-eu.com, where you can also leave your own tips. Help for a life without tobacco.
Vengeance has a name.
This is just the beginning.
Punisher Warzone on DVD now.
What are you up to right now? Hundreds of girls are home and all alone. Make their night by texting TOWN to 63444. It's so easy to chat, flirt, exchange pics with hundreds of UK girls just waiting to hear from you. So text TOWN to 63444. Don't delay. These girls are home alone and dying to chat to a guy like you. So text TOWN to 63444.
Pick up your mobile and make new friends now. Your fantasy girlfriend could be just a text away. Just text ladies to 88211 and get started. Get pics and messages, flirt, and have an amazing time. At only 25p per picture or text received, flirting has never been so easy. Join the party, get involved. See who's available right now. Just text ladies to 88211. That's ladies to 88211. Text now. It could be a big night.
Throughout the UK, pick up your mobile phone now and get straight into the action. Hook up, have fun and get photos of girls aged 18 to 30. Text FUN to 68889. For women aged 30 to 40, text FLIRT to 68889. Hook up, get photos of women aged 40 to 50. Text PRIME to 68889. Get to know women aged 50 plus, text SILK to 68889. Get hooked up tonight wherever you live.
And so it's dog number 7, Mr. Frisky. Oh, he split him! He split him. Very disappointing. Yola, monsieur.
Be lucky with the triple-winning 7 scratch card from the National Lottery.
Embarrassed by perspiration? Try Perspirex, patented to deal with sweat and tackle odour. You may only need to apply twice a week. Perspirex, your sweat solution.
Zurich Help Point is here to give you more than just insurance. It's here because a wrecked car doesn't have to mean a wrecked day. Zurich Help Point is here to help your world. With a complimentary courtesy car if yours is off the road. For more information, speak to your broker. Zurich, because change happens.
He's like a machine, built on stamina, strength, passion, desire, power, and determination. Lance Armstrong, the most finely tuned athlete, returns to the Tour de France, soon on ITV4.
Now on ITV4 with very strong language from the outset and throughout. Drug use and graphic violence. Screen Legend season continues with the crime drama, King of New York.
ITV
So the first round of this 8-round Super Bantamweight contest, Paul Hyland in the glittering dark blue, 14-1 record, 4 of those from knockout from this neck of the woods in Tala against Robert Nelson, Yorkshireman in the light blue from Bradford, 7-2 with 2 draws. This will be an intriguing super bantamweight contest. The Irish super bantamweight champion against the man who tried to get the English super flyweight title unsuccessfully 2 years ago when he fought and lost in 7 rounds to Andy Bell, did Nelson. Hyland's had a good run of late, just 1 defeat against Lucien Gonzalez in October last year in Philadelphia. Rest have been wins all the way, 4 of those 14 victories by way of knockout. Solid opening round for him. Can the 24-year-old Irish super bantamweight champion make his influence seen in this one? As always, his dad watching intently in the corner. Nelson will be a challenge. He's been brought over here because of that. 2 fights this year, 1 win, 1 defeat. Nelson not giving it all Hyland's way right now. But Hyland is making his influence see. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. And Nelson in a bit of bother. Up around the count of 6 and able to continue, but downed in this opening round. What a good start by Hyland. Can the Yorkshireman recover? Hyland has got him in his sights now, and another good body shot followed by another. Nelson in a bit of bother. He was being urged by his corner to go at Hyland right from the outset, but the opposite has happened. Another good body shot from Hyland here. He has Nelson in trouble here. Again, he's done well and connected as this first round comes to a close. Hyland is going right at him. And Nelson didn't quite know how to respond there. What a brilliant opening round by Paul Hyland. He looks so good. Well, that was a super way to finish the first round by Paulie Hyland. Dominated the latter half of the opening exchanges and did it so well, and he had Nelson down and taking the count. May not have been flat out, but I'm sure it hurt. Nelson made to miss. Has a good record, only 2 defeats in 11 fights. Hyland is only 1-15. They have been well matched. Nelson, who's been considered good enough to go for the English flyweight title, which Mickey Van refereed, this one being officiated by Emil Tate. Hyland won the Irish super bantamweight title in July of last year by seeing off Mark Callahan on points. Hyland, I would say, has got the lead and that score at the moment. Good connection by Nelson. From Nelson's point of view, has to try and get himself back into it in this super bantamweight contest. It is an 8-rounder. Has enough of a long way to go. Tempted right from the Yorkshireman. Hyland has looked aware, alert and assured so far. Ducked out of the way well from Nelson's attempted left. First time Hyland's been against the ropes though. Retaliated well though, despite his position. Nelson trying to get a few fists in. Not a lot of them getting through. Hyland has 5 years on Nelson, who's now 29, managed by Michael Marsden. Been a much more even second round this time. Nelson has finally come into the fight. You wouldn't be too far away if you said it was Nelson's round. Had Hyland against the ropes for most of the second half of the second round, and the ice pack is needed for the Dublin and out. Third round of 8 of this super bantamweight contest. I reckon we could be looking at a round apiece between Paulie Hyland in the dark navy glittery blue and Ryan Nelson in the sky blue from Bradford in West Yorkshire. Good boxing town. Nelson trying to inflict early pressure in this third round, and he's had a bit of gusto about him. Those 2 defeats, both coming in his last 3 fights, when he was beaten on knockouts by Andy Bell for the English super flyweight title and took 18 months out of the game. Lost to Ashley Sexton in the 6th round of a similar 8-rounder back in March in Newham in London. Came back so well last month to beat Anthony Hanna in his hometown of Bradford on points in a 6-rounder. Has his confidence back. Little nick to the back of Hyland's head. Had to bounce back from an undisputed points loss last October at the hands of Lucian Gonzalez in Philadelphia, but has gone the right way about it with 2 points victory since then. And trying to inflict the same here again now against Rob Nelson. Nelson's got Hyland in a bit of bother for sure in this third round, as he did in round 2. Hyland had Nelson down in the first, but is now having to duck away a little to avoid a little bit of that Yorkshire onslaught. Nelson's done well. It's a real test for the Tala boy here, no doubt about that. Been very even across the 3 rounds. Broken up again by Emil T. More even third round, and Hyland knows he's in a contest now. So round 4 of 8 in this super bantamweight contest, and it's been largely even stuff. Excellent first round from Paulie Hyland in the dark blue. Rob Nelson has come into it a lot more in the last 2 rounds. Hyland trying to start this 4th on the front foot, but was being held slightly by Nelson, who looks as if he's had a bit of treatment around his left eye, bit of Vaseline and maybe just a bit of congealed blood as well. It's his third fight as well in as many months, Nelson. Hyland fighting for only the second time this year, having seen off Nikita Lukin on points in Barnsley, another Yorkshire town, back in February. That was a good body shot, very good body shot from Hyland. And you know that Nelson felt it by the way, he had to hold on, and there was another one from Hyland. It's been a good, keen contest. And we're not even halfway yet. Few words for Nelson from referee Emil T. Slightly forlorn look on Nelson's face, and there is a definite cut emerging to the left of his left eye. Very notable at this stage. Hyland's corner instructing him to get a few combinations in. Nelson's been told not to try and strike around the back of Hyland's head, trying to get in the ascendancy the right way. Both men being told to straighten up by referee T. Some good body shots coming in again from Hyland. Fast feet as well, evading what Nelson is throwing at him, but that left did connect, as did a left from Hyland. They've been very, very well matched. There's no doubting that. It's a good contest. Both being belt contenders. Hyland a belt winner. Nelson not having the same fortune, but at the age of 29 still has prospects. It's been an involving contest, of that there's no doubt, and as we approach the halfway mark, well, your guess as good as anybody's who's going to take this, because it does seem very even. Round 5 of the 8 of this super bantamweight contest between Paul Hyland in the dark blue, Robert Nelson of Yorkshire in the light blue. Good contest so far, no doubting that. Well, that's the second time that Nelson's been down, but not coming from a punch from Hyland. Emil T ensuring that everything's okay, just a simple stumble from the man from Bradford. Has half a pound over Hyland as Nelson, 121 pounds 2 ounces. He weighed in ahead of this contest. Hyland 120 pounds 8 ounces. A slight margin of weight and nothing more. Hyland was aiming for a European bantamweight shot in Napa, but the Englishman lost his crown. The prospect is still there for Hyland of a good continental title shot soon. That's good fast feet, and Nelson likewise, so Hyland needs that. Some vociferous supports come over from Yorkshire for Rob Nelson. He's definitely made a fight of this, and it remains in this 5th round in the balance. Not a lot of good clean hitting in this 5th round though. Hyland blocked well as Nelson looked to surge forward.
Leslie, if you come back to me, I've got to pull the panel away because I'm too close to the ring, yeah?
That was a good connection with the left by Hyland. Found the right of Nelson's face. We'll look to connect with a few more, but that'll give him a bit of encouragement in round 5. One of the few decent punches we've had as this 5th comes towards its end. It won't end particularly cleanly, but Hyland will be happy, particularly with that punch that he managed to get a connection to the side of Nelson's head towards the end of that round 5. So a 6th round, which we hope will follow the same closeness and entertainment of the previous 5 between Paulie Hyland and Robert Nelson, both in blue, Hyland the darker hue. A super bantamweight contest. It's been quite engrossing. And not terribly clear at this stage who's got the upper hand. A couple of half-solid connections from Hyland to start off this round 6. Good 14-1 record for Hyland going into it. For Nelson, 7-2 with 2 further ties. So some good matchmaking going on. It's given us a good contest. I'm sure Hyland would appreciate that at his stage of the career as he looks for a European title assault in the near future. May have happened by now had Ian Napper not had his mishap in losing the European bantamweight title a couple of months ago. A couple of half-good connections from Hyland. Can he keep it going? We're into the 6th round of the 8. Won a 10-rounder on points. The only 10-rounder he's been in against Mark Callahan to win that vacant Irish Super Bantamweight title in July last year, which he's proudly held for a year. But since then he has suffered his 1 defeat as well at the hands of Lucien Gonzalez. Making amends well. 2 victories since then on points and aiming for that to continue. Has drawn blood from Robert Nelson in earlier rounds, and some of that blood has ended up on the sleeve of referee Emil T. Trying to draw a bit more now is Hyland. Trying to rev the contest up with 2.5 rounds left. And now there's a lot of blood coming all of a sudden from Nelson. That cut around his eye seems to have been aggravated somewhat. Emil T is having a very, very good look at it to make sure it's not getting too bad. And it's not. I think now it is, though. Needs to be cleaned up, does Robert Nelson. There was a cut coming down from the side of the eye, and the stadium doctors needing a look at that. Will need to be patched up somewhat. Has been cleaned away towards the end of round 6, and Hyland is coming out and he's drawn that blood out again now. Nelson will need quite a bit of work on him at the end of this 6th round. Hyland's putting a lot of work in already. Another good hit to the left, and he's trying to get a bit of blood out from the right eye as well. It's already coming from the left of Nelson. He'll need a bit of work done definitely at the end of that 6th round. Hyland's done very, very well. Seventh round of 8 in a decent super bantamweight contest. Paulie Hyland enjoyed the best of that round 6. And that wound to the left eye of Robert Nelson has been patched up for the time being. Awful lot of Vaseline put there, and something for Hyland to aim at in this 7th round. He'll be happy with the workout that Rob Nelson has given him. He'll be happier if he gets the win, because they're not has proven to be an easily won one yet. And that cut has opened up again alongside the eye of Nelson. Hyland is doing the job well. There's a bit of blood on that left glove of Hyland, so that's the weapon with which he did the damage, and is really beginning to stream down the face of the Yorkshireman now. Hyland's doing his job well. After a few very even rounds, he finally got himself forward in round 6, and that's a beauty. That is a beauty. And I think he's bloodied the Yorkshire nose now. That was a super punch. Hyland has suddenly gained control. A couple of well-chosen, well-timed punches. And Nelson is in a bit of bother now. You may remember a very tough contest between Bernard Dunn and Isham Pickering at the point as it was then, when Pickering bled pretty much the entire fight. Then he came out for the post-fight press conference and it didn't have a speck on him, not a mark. Bernard Dunn looked as if he'd been in a car crash. He won that. But there was no blood from the Irishman during the fight. Well, it's a different story for Nelson here, because Hyland has by far got the upper hand now in these latter 2 rounds. Nelson trying to switch that around though, with Hyland on the ropes, but the end of this penultimate round will come at the right time, I think, for Paulie Hyland. Another good punch right at the end from Hyland, and he's finishing this contest very, very well, and he can be very, very pleased with himself, Paul Hyland. So here's where the story ends, the 8th and final round of this super bantamweight contest, and it's been engaging. Hyland started well, he had Nelson down. Nelson coming back well, evening the rounds up between 2 and 5, with a good head punch from Hyland in round 5, aggravating a cut alongside the eye, and he's aggravated a lot more since then. He looks on course, but you never can tell in this game. And now he's evading everything that Nelson is attempting to throw at him. That cut, as you might expect, has opened up again alongside the eye of Nelson. Hyland's done well and has boxed smart, and now he's just evading Nelson however he can, trying to hit a few clever punches back. Nelson is really trying to go at him, not subtly either, and Hyland pretty much can see what's coming. Another good connection. He's finishing well, Hyland. Nelson's still a danger though in the last 90 seconds. And that's how Hyland being forced against the ropes. Really retaliated well. There was a good body shot, but Nelson is forcing himself back at him, and a good connection with the right from Nelson. Not straightforward for Hyland. Just has to maintain his advantage, and he'll be there inside the last minute. Nelson's done well in this round, and continuing to do so. He's put all the pressure on Hyland here, who's had to stand up to it and is doing so. Forced it back out in the centre of the ring. Well, Paulie Hyland will definitely know at the end of this that he's been in a fight. Nelson will know that too. He hasn't made it easy. It's been a good contest, and those here have enjoyed it. But will they have the result to enjoy as well? There's half a smile, half a grimace on Hyland's face. Good contest, good fight.
Winner of the contest by a scoring of 80 points to 75. The Queen of
So it's now 15-1 for Paulie Hyland. It was a good fight, and he was heavily tested. 5-point margin in the end by 80 to 75. That was quite a good contest from Hyland as he tries to continue on the way to a European title shot.
More top-class boxing from the National Arena to come after this.
This season, Billy Troy is J.D. Quetch. He's been a man since he was a boy. And that man's mission is to stop the thirst gang sucking the city dry. So if you're hot, that ain't cool.
Where's your Quench now, huh?
Quench, a maverick cop bringing thirst to a stop. Thirst ever wins.
If you get digital TV from Sky and your broadband and home phone from Aircom, you're probably paying too much. Get them all together from Chorus NTL. Over 100 channels with Digital Plus HD, just like Sky. Broadband and home phone, just like Aircom, saving you €380 a year. So, with Chorus NTL, you win. For more information, call 1890 940 620 or visit upc.ie.
Let's get these two.
Take another one.
There you go.
Say something.
Are you turning me into a robot? Are you turning me into a robot?
It's turning you into a budgie.
Discover the fun with our new camera and sound, only on Nintendo DSi.
And just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Paid for every dance, selling its romance. Oh, the sin. There will come a day, and youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolos. Life goes on without me, 'cause I ain't got nobody.
Windsor Liffey Valley has an extensive range of Nissan cars, 4x4s and commercial vehicles, plus over 100 used cars in stock of all makes and models, all covered by Nissan's 12-month gold standard warranty. Visit our state-of-the-art showrooms, where a professional member of our staff will help you choose the perfect drive. Our commitment to excellence includes a full-service parts and body shop department, where we service all makes and models from as little as €189. Windsor Liffey Valley, your local Windsor dealer.
Help! Having confidence crisis. Feeling bloated and uncomfortable. Not easy to pull off sun goddess when you feel like Must listen to advice from decidedly confident friend and try Activia.
Activia, with its exclusive culture Bifidus actiregularis, helps improve digestive transit from just 14 days.
Now who's feeling more beach babe than beach ball?
Help deflate that bloated feeling with Activia.
JackpotCity.com online casino brings you a whole new world of winning opportunities. With award-winning software and over 300 great games to play, you'll find all your old favourites, plus some exciting new ones to try. Join JackpotCity.com today and claim your free €10 welcome bonus with no deposit required. There's no better time to come and play. JackpotCity.com online casino, the home of online gaming.
Oh, hello. Will we start off his ABCs? Yeah. A is for apple.
B is for bread.
C is for carrots. Yeah?
I told you he was bright.
Very clever.
He was a clever boy.
Stop crying!
Hello again, we're back with more top-class professional boxing for you here from Dublin.
So the opening round of this 4-round middleweight contest, and in the red trunks is Robbie Long, local fighter from Tala, against in the blue the Latvian from Riga, Deniss Sirjatovs, who doesn't have a terrific record coming into this fight of 2-13, whereas Long's point of view, 3 fights, 3 wins, 1 by knockout against Sandris Timsons down at the Gleneagle in Killarney in October last year, and it's a good solid start from Long as well. Sirjatovs is not a stranger to Irish shores, tends to lose here a lot as well. He has literally come out fighting, but most of the punches that are connecting are coming from Long so far. Tremendous points victory for Robbie Long back in January against Anthony Fitzgerald at City West, regarded as one of the terrific fights. And Long is making contact regularly in this early rounds. Emil Teat dividing them, our referee for this contest. Not too shabby from Long so far. Sirjatovs knows he's in a fight, but that record of 2-13 that he has, well, doesn't look good on paper. He has won 2 of his last 3 fights. Long is trying to make sure that record doesn't continue. There were local wins on Latvian soil in the capital Riga against Alexander Stamadze and Andrei Shuliko. Eastern European derbies, well, he's not on home soil now, and he has a fight in his hands. Good solid first round this from Robbie Long. Paddy Hyland is watching intently from his corner and looks satisfied already. Well, it's a good combination. Sirjatovs hasn't brought a lot to the table, but that was a good right. The problem is Long is hitting him with good rights and lefts. Final seconds of round 1, and it's been Robbie Long's round 1. He'll be happy, missed right at the end. He'll be happy, his corner will be happier. Robbie Long looked good in that opening round against the Latvian Deniss Sirjatovs. Well, Robbie Long looked very much in control in that opening round. There was a bit of blood coming from the nose of Deniss Sirjatovs when he was being attended to at the end of round one in the corner. And the instruction from the main man in the corner of Robbie Long was try a few more uppercuts, a few more body shots in this second round, and it's what he's providing. And some good shots to the head, and Long looks in imperious control of this at the National Arena in Tallaght. He keeps connecting, and Sirjatov almost looked as if he was about to stagger. That may yet happen. Still 2.5 rounds to go. And Long has been in control of this one. Points wins over Florin Bogdan and Anthony Fitzgerald so far. The latter a real spectacular battle. Knockout win over Sandris Thompson's down in Killarney. Looks in the sort of form that he may want to end this, because Sirjatovs is taking an absolute pounding, and there's blood coming from that right nostril again. There's a real glazed look on the face of Sirjatovs. He did go the distance and won on points against Andrei Shalisko back in April in Riga. He'll do well to go the distance here. There was a vain attempt from Sirjatovs to block one of those long punches. He put his elbow out, but Long found a way through, and he's continuing to find a way through. And Sirjatovs looks like a tree about to fall. There was a stagger backwards from Long there. Technically, he's done well in this. The punches continue to land in this middleweight contest from the local lad, not from terribly far from this national arena. Normally a venue for basketball. This is a great finish to round two from Long. Sirjatovs is in real trouble. And Emil T will divide them. What would you say to Sirjatovs if you were in his corner? Third round of 4 between Robbie Long and Deniss Sirjatovs, who has needed to be massively patched up at the end of round 2. There was a bit of blood coming down at the end of the first round, but a lot more at the end of the second. Long did a major number on him, and he's looking to continue it. I'm not sure if we're going to have much of a response from Sirjatovs in this. He's putting up a defence when necessary, but Long is finding a way through. I can recall an occasion in this fight so far when Sirjatovs has been able to put together a good combination. Instead, they've all come from the Irishman in the red, the Tallaght boy Robbie Long. All the Latvian can do here is just hold on for dear life. Of his 13 defeats so far in 15 fights, 6 have come from knockout. And he's just literally hanging on here. Long's on the way to victory. And at the moment, it looks as if it's going to finish inside the distance. Sirjatovs is still standing up, but it is an onslaught. He's not offering anything, Sirjatovs. This may not last much longer. Long knows he has him. It will be, at worst, for the Dubliner a points victory, because it's hard to say what Sirjatovs can offer, and he's beginning to stagger. He looks dead on his feet. Blood coming down. One more decent punch from Long could well finish it. He's put in a few half-decent ones. There is blood on Long's face, but I think that's coming from the Latvian. Another good hit with the right from Long. Followed up with a couple of solid body shots, and when Sirjatov tries to get a punch in, he's being blocked by Long, and being blocked well. He did get a good left in. Finally managed to get 2 or 3 good punches in together. He'll be happy the bell will go here, because he doesn't look as if he's got much more in him, the Latvian. Another good round for Robbie Long, and he is, barring something incredible, coasting to victory here. The final round of 4 of this middleweight encounter, which Robbie Long, the local Tala fighter, was dominated against the Latvian in the blue, Deniss Sirjatovs, and it will be a blue night on the plane home to Riga, I'm sure. He's not offered a huge amount, despite winning 2 of his last 3 fights, going in with a 2-13 record. Long, in his 4th professional fight, looks as if he's set to continue his 100% record. Whilst dominating right from the start, he's not quite been able to kill Sirjatovs off. We're 2 minutes away from it going the distance. He did look quite beat at the end of the 3rd round, did the Latvian, as he does now. Not been too many sequences in this fight in which Sirjatovs has been able to engineer much. And Long has dealt with him capably. Another good uppercut to the succession of them. He was told at the end of the 1st round to try a few more of those. He hadn't really in round 1. Well, he is now, and there's another good combination from Long coming here as he's on the way to victory. Sirjatovs not doing a major job of defending himself when under pressure. The hits continue to come from Long. Good looking right uppercut, which just missed. Had it connected, that might just have been it, but the combinations are still coming in, and a couple of body shots in the stomach as well of the Latvian. And more blood comes down the nose now of Deniss Sirjatovs. He's been comfortable throughout the fight, Long. And all Sirjatovs can do now is hang on for dear life, because Long has had this in the bag really since the end of round 1. It showed the pattern of the fight, and it has continued that way. The victory for Sirjatovs, and this will be to go the distance, because he hasn't presented a lot on the table to Robbie Long tonight. 10 seconds to go, and Long will finish with a flourish. Sirjatovs attempted a few punches which didn't connect, and all he'll do now is hang on, because victory is Robbie Long's without any doubt at all.
From lovely Tala,
No doubt about it, Robbie Long goes to 4-0. A dominant display by the Irishman, and that's as close as Sirjatovs has got to him all night. So a 6-round light heavyweight encounter. Jamie Power of Limerick, who walked into the ring in a Limerick shirt wearing the anything but Limerick black with white and red trim, against the pitbull from Lithuania, Kiril Psonko, who has a record of 1-5 for Jamie Power. 5 fights, 5 wins so far in his fledgling career, which started professionally April of last year with a second-round knockout over Leonid Dimitrichenko, the Russian. And look at how early he started on the pitbull already, Jamie Power. That's a bit of movement for a light heavyweight. Psonko has stepped up from his normal super middleweight for this contest, weighed in at 11 stone, 12 pounds 6 ounces. Power is more than half a stone on him at 11 stone 7. And Psonko finding himself firmly on the defensive already. Had a couple of big fights lately in Poland, which were both 4-rounders, which both ended in defeat against Dariusz Szek and Paweł Glowacki. Had a big fight, biggest fight so far was at the O2 Arena in London last year when he lost on points to George Groves. Part of one of the big televised bills over there. Power in the ascendancy. Couple of good hits from Psonko though, whose sole victory came in only his second professional fight in Riga last year against Andrei Chepor. He only turned professional January last year. He's had a lot of learning to do in the ring and may have a lot more learning to do tonight against the hands of the Limerickman. Power has brought good support up from Limerick with him. Enjoying what they've seen so far, although Psonko did come in with a good half punch. Leaves his arms down a lot of the time as well, does the Lithuanian, which Power may want to take advantage of. Good solid one to the side, and Psonko just brushes that off, saying, "Is that all you've got?" I'm sure he's got more, you know. Solid opening round for Jamie Power. So the second round between Jamie Power and Kiril Psonko of Lithuania in this light heavyweight encounter at the National Basketball Arena, which is filling up in anticipation of the fights to follow. It does look a bit dope-a-rope in patches, does Psonko. He just brings the arms down, almost inviting Power to hit him, and the Limerick man doesn't really need a second invitation. The gloves are Limerick green, but then they all are for this bout. Don't forget, green is also the dominant colour in Lithuania too. Good solid shot to the body, but it doesn't seem to have much effect on Psonko, who's 23. This is 7th professional fight. It's Power's 6th. 100% record for the Irishman, while Psonko's only won the one. He does seem to have a bit about him though. That was a good connection to the stomach of the Shannon Sider. And he's taunting him. That's not clever. Not a light heavyweight, but he's doing it again. I didn't think Pitbulls did that. It's giving the crowd something to talk about, certainly. It's giving Power quite a bit to aim at. Oh, that was a good connection with the left by Psonko to the right of Power's head, and it connected well, and a good combination. He's got a bit about him, this lad. And the gum shield has come out of Jamie Power. Reapplied. Here we go again in round 2. Good hits to the head by Power. Good connection. Has a steely look of determination on him, the 23-year-old. Psonko is 5 years younger than Power. And now the contest coming alive. Power's not had it his own way, and even when he has been attacking in this second round, the Lithuanian's almost been taunting him. Made to miss there this time, Power. 5 good solid contests behind him already. Give me more, says the Lithuanian. This could be an interesting contest. I think he's getting a bit more now. It's turning into an interesting fight, this one. Third round of an intriguing contest at light heavyweight between Jamie Power of Limerick in the black trunks and the pitbull from Lithuania, Kiril Psonko. Well, it's been an interesting one with Psonko so far. He keeps shaking his head, and I've said at times almost doing a bit of taunting with Power, who's having to show his mettle against the pitbull here. Referee David Irving may have an interesting choice to make in this contest. There was a good connection with the left from Psonko as well. Power pushing himself forward. Psonko, who doesn't normally fight at this weight, has given a good appraisal of himself so far. He's made Power have to work, and now Power is working, and he's working the body well, and there's a smile and a nod of the head from the Lithuanian. He's enjoying taking in what he's getting. He's enjoying being involved in this contest, and he's enjoying making Power's life as difficult as possible. Good connection to the side of the head. Slight grimace from Power as well. Three interesting rounds so far. Power made to miss this time. Psonko's having fun, I think. He's been told to keep his head up there. One in towards the body. Just over the head of Power. And now Power is coming in, and now he's getting involved. Psonko backtracking, and it's come out again, the gum shield, for the second time. David Irving is making sure that it'll go in properly this time, but it's the second time it's come out of Jamie Power's mouth, and that'll bring round 3 to a close. And he's really asserted himself in this third round as Jamie Power. The gum shield will be an annoyance He's definitely been an annoyance to Psonko in this third round, who's been more than an annoyance to him. Fourth round of a contest which has had its share of niggle. Now a couple of body shots coming from Power, who, well, Psonko has had to go back to the corner. David Irving taking a good look, and that's it, that is it! At the end of round 4, and Power it was, a real power hit in that fourth round that took care of Kiril Psonko of Lithuania, whose record is now 1-6 for Power. 6 bouts, 6 wins. Impressive. Psonko has a bit about him, but when he was finally connected with, well, he felt it. Victory for Jamie Power, a fourth round stoppage.
He used to sweat so much that he could keep 2 fish alive. And that is why the people loved him.
Lynx Dry. It's more than a deodorant. It's an antiperspirant.
Looking for a car dealer that's different from the rest? A car dealer that wants you to drive home in a car that suits you and your pocket. At Windsor Bray, 09 display models now for sale for the month of July. All covered by Nissan's 12-month gold standard warranty. Call into our stunning showroom. And our friendly expert staff will help guide you in the right direction. Windsor Bray, your only Nissan one-stop shop.
Tech 7, arguably the best sealing and bonding product on the market for tradespeople and DIY enthusiasts. Tech 7 bonds and seals most building materials. Exceptionally strong bond, indoors or out. Works underwater with metal, glass and mirrors. Ceramics, wood, plastic. Works with lead without primer. Compatible with most paints. Why waste time with any other product? Don't be fooled by cheap imitations. Quality isn't expensive, it's priceless. Tech 7, available nationwide.
He was a cracker from the wrong side of town. She was an elegant crisp. From 2 different worlds, they came together, broke all the rules, fell in love, and created something incredible. A new snack is born. Tuck Cracks, the love child of a crisp and a cracker.
Shocked at today's motor insurance prices? Well, there's no need. Amazing prices for everyone, even for those who are still 39. Log on to britaininsurance.com for quotes for all ages.
Let's get these 2.
Take another one.
There you go.
Say something.
Are you turning me into a robot? Are you turning me into a robot?
It's turning you into a budgie.
Discover the fun with our new camera and sound, only on Nintendo DSi.
The Gulf of Angels in Sardinia hosts the 3rd stop in Europe's leading sailing circuit, the 2009 Audi Med Cup. 2 fleets are competing, TP52 and GP42 Grand Prix race yachts, crewed by Olympic champions, America's Cup winners and world title holders. Kiwi America's Cup squad, Emirates Team New Zealand, are on a roll. But with 3 rounds still to sail, the season is far from over.
All the best sailors in the world, really, in terms of kill boats, are sailing in these boats. You get punished if you make a mistake.
Round 3 in Cagliari, Italy will be vital if the competition are going to prevent a runaway win by the Kiwis. Last year's winners, America's Quantum Racing, are attempting to become the first team ever to win back-to-back Med Cup victories, but are battling this year using a 2-year-old boat.
I have to find my mojo a little bit on the line and continue to do the things consistently that we know work well for us.
Impressive last year, Argentina's Matador are competing with new machinery in 2009, but struck trouble in the coastal race during round 2. Now they're under pressure.
The end of Cagliari, we are going to be at 60% of the season done. This needs to be a turning point.
30 races remain, but can anybody stop the march of the men in black? In the 2009 Audi Med Cup, the Champions League of Sailing.
Right, we're nearly there.
That's the hardest bit, that's it. That's the hardest
bit over with. Right, I'm going to lead you down onto the staircase now. Just that one
there you
more.
go, that's it. Yeah. We're done.
And now a nice smooth ride down.
It's just like a lift now. That's it. It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Do you want to go faster?
Put those boots back on. Kick the heels.
This is the first time Marjorie has been outside for over 2 years.
Feels nice, fresh air. Feels nice outside. Yeah.
We've got more of this to come, you see, in summer. Get a suntan. I'll come and join you, actually.
Could be there when you land. Could be there when you land.
At the county court, the judge has reached a verdict.
The judge actually said that none of the incidents were trivial in nature, and that it was a gross disregard for orders of the court. And when he sentenced her to receive 9 months imprisonment, she could serve probably a minimum of 6 months and then be released on licence.
I'm very pleased with what happened today.
I'm just glad it's all over and done with, because I can finally go back home now with my kids, and the kids can have their own back.
As a final act, the tenant handed her 3-bed house back to the association.
The ripples on the pond go out when things like this happen, and people do actually think that I better not do that because I might go to prison. Whereas in the past people have thought, well, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to get my hand slapped, I'm going to be told off, New Charter are going to write me a letter, you know, but at the end of the day, I'll carry on doing it because really nothing's going to happen. Well, times have changed. People need to realise that.
In Lancashire, it's the late John Harrison's funeral.
Quite a sad occasion because he's on his own, hasn't got anybody, but because we found some money, at least we've been able to arrange a decent funeral for him, or the Salvation Army have.
There's nobody left as far as we know. The end. The end of everything, I suppose.
One of these mornings. In the end, a small gathering attended, and the Salvation Army gave John a fitting farewell.
You will look for me.
John's ashes were scattered over his wife's grave.
We don't get these every day, but the process is still the same from now on. Make the property habitable, find somebody that will go in, somebody that's suitable, somebody that will be happy there, that will fit into the community that's already there, and full circle.
So this is your hallway.
And the sisters are in their new flat.
I'm going to edge you backwards now. Oh, we did it. Yeah, doesn't look any different, does it? We managed to get everything in, but it might not be in the same